Howdy y'all, welcome to Adventure Kendall. Today's episode is something different. It's a look into the area affected by the Creek Fire a year after the disaster. We'll be looking at the area before, during, and after the fire, and just look around to see how much is left. We'll also look at the changes that are going on and see if there's any hope after the disaster. So, let's head down to the Creek Fire a year later. Let's go back to late 2020, and this was on the news.
An inferno raging out of control tonight in California's Sierra National Forest.
Starting on September 4th and ending in December 24th, 2020, the Creek Fire was the largest single incident fire to happen in California history and the fourth largest fire overall within the state. It burned from Madera County down south into Fresno County. The amount of acreage consumed by the fire was 374,466 acres. Amongst this was 856 structures, including homes. $193 million was spent on putting out the fire, along with 3,708 fire personnel. And 5,000 people were displaced from their homes, and they had to be evacuated either by car or helicopter. Also, their animals, whether pet or livestock, was removed from the area during the fire.
If everyone made it out, there may be little hope for those who did not.
This is the area now, a year after the fire. Everywhere you go is nothing but devastation as far as the eye can see. Even lovely places like Camp Kern are nothing but a burnt mess. And so many homes and trees are now gone and probably will not come back, even in my own lifetime. It has been a year since the Big Creek Fire. You hear that? Nothing. No deer, coyote, birds, or squirrels. Seeing this desolate forest makes you feel small and makes you value life a lot more. Despite the quietness, I bet the wildlife is safe. I'm probably back in the area we were in. Meanwhile, even though the fire was put out, there's still work to be done, especially when it comes to the excess logs that have been burnt. Throughout the area, you'll see logging operations going on to clear up the excess trees that have been burnt. Here along the road, you can see all the many logs that were cut down during the logging operations, leaving a wide open field. And it wasn't just trees that burnt down. All the buildings within the area were destroyed, including the legendary Cressman's. Ever since 1904, the historic Cressman's General Store was a popular place for travelers passing by. Over the years, people would come to this little gas station and general store to fuel up and get something to eat as they head into the Shaver Lake area. Sadly, Cressman's burned like the rest of the many structures within the area, and the fire was just put out by the time this picture was taken. Today, the site of Cressman's is back on its feet, and further up the road is a very special landmark to me. Down this driveway was my grandparents' old home. It had a great view of the valley below. Sadly, it was among the many homes that were destroyed in the Creek Fire. Today, the whole lot has been cleared, and soon a new home will be built on the site. While it's sad to see one individual home destroyed, in small towns like Big Creek, things fare a little better, but not much. Even though the Creek Fire destroyed several homes, the town managed to survive. I recommend coming into Big Creek while in the area. There are a lot of things to do around here, including visiting the general store. While most structures here in Big Creek have survived, others, such as these houses, are gone. But there is hope. Like a phoenix, life will return after the fire. All along our journey, we spotted these green patches a sign that things will get better. And in the small towns, people are coming back for camping trips. This includes boating activities in either Shaver or Huntington Lakes. And there are parts of the area where you can see the full greenness that this forest once had. Yep, the whole area is being reborn. But let's remember those famous words.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
That was a lot of destruction. If you want to see all of that up close and personal, I recommend going through the area if you're curious. But I also recommend supporting the local communities by going to their shops and restaurants. It could bring hope for the future. I also like to acknowledge that several western states also have fires right now. You're in our thoughts, everyone. You're in our thoughts. Also, having a positive mind is very good right now. Not only for your mental health, but for your well-being. Anyway, if you have a location you want us to see, comment or email below. We would like to see your suggestion. Our next week's show will take us to Ojai, California, a small town in Ventura County with a unique history and the nickname of Shangri-La. Until then, see you later, folks, and may your gifts bless the world.